We have to say hello to Lex. Hello, Lex.
Hello.
And now that we have said hello to Lex, if you all are interested in earning a point of DM inspiration for this session, and if you're all filled up on DM inspiration, you could potentially earn a second Factspiration. That's right, 2 in one session for giving the recap. Let's see here. I got a 5 from Mr. Akia. Going once, going twice. We will sell it to Akia. Akia, if you'd like to give us a recap on what happened last time, it's been a while.
Be very helpful.
All right.
Because I was not at the last session, and
Yeah, maybe because it's been a while, that's why I didn't get much competition, possibly. Which would be very difficult, but thankfully, I wrote an extensive recap already. So I can go back to my own notes. So last time, we were in the trials to get to this Codicil of White, this book of the cultists of Auril. We arrived in the trial of preservation, where we find the wolf tribe had been slaughtered. We fought against giant vultures that spewed dark energy at us from the skies. Alicia got taken up into the air and got pecked a lot. We killed all the vultures that were eating the wolf tribe bodies. We killed them with fireballs and magic missiles and blades. And Alicia fell from the sky. We did discover one survivor of the wolf tribe massacre. It turns out that they were a midwinter child like Akia. And we found out that the perpetrator of the wolf tribe murder, the genocide, was one of the wolf tribe that had taken a challenge of leadership too far, trying to prove they are the strongest in the clan to take leadership, but they, instead of just like fighting the leader, they just murdered everybody. Something snapped. They became wolf-like. They could transform into this humanoid wolf beast, werewolf-like. They were able to summon a bunch of phantom wolves. We fought this person, killed them, and we preserved the lone survivor of the massacre, thereby gaining the final bit of this blessing crown Auril symbol things floating above our heads, giving us the 100% that we needed to gain access to the Codicil of White's door. Also, a talking wolf came and collected the child that we rescued and took them off to another wolf tribe encampment. And we ended the session having entered the room with the Codicil of White, possibly. We've entered the last room. It looks like we are approaching a pedestal, and we were going to find out what's on the pedestal.
That is a excellent recap. Please give yourself a DM inspiration, or if you're already filled up, you can give yourself a first Factspiration, and then after we do Factspiration, you can have a second.
Okay.
Speaking of Factspiration team, we have a very challenging Factspiration question today. Is your character right or left-handed? Let us ask this question of Evilis. Lotus, tell us. Are you right or left-handed?
Well, Evilise was born right-handed, but as she took up baseball and specifically pitching baseball, she actually trained and taught herself to be ambidextrous, especially for those kids who thought they were slick that, oh, they're left-handed, so I'll throw off the right-handed pitcher. And she's like, yeah, I'll show you.
Oh, that's interesting. Learning how to use both your hands equally to get better at that. Excellent. Well, Elish, you can gain a Faxpiration. Let us ask Gaiman the Glaive. Gaiman, are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, but I wanted to, just for posterity's sake, answer the question from 4, and you were asking about whether you like sweet apples or tart apples, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's going to be much of a surprise. I do like them sweet.
Interesting. So Gaiman would be more of like a Honey Crisp sort of guy versus a Granny Smith.
Yes. I personally prefer tart apples, but given that canonically I've made Gaiman, enamored of like sweet wines and things like that, I feel like we got to follow the trend.
For sure.
I do
Now-
think Gaiman would eat all the candy.
As crazy as it sounds, I know of and have trained one time with a professional jiu-jitsu athlete when I was doing competitive jiu-jitsu, and this individual legitimately only ate candy and junk food, but they were a world champion. It was insane. Anyways, yes, he was a 120-pound competitor. He was super small and would just literally sit on the side of the mat just eating Sour Patch Kids. Alicia, what handiness are you, Alicia?
Right-handed. Simple.
The right hand of the Thander is right-handed. That makes sense.
Get slapped by the pimp hand of the sun.
And Alicia's hand is strong. Excellent. Alicia, gain a Faxpiration, and Gaiman gain a Faxpiration. Now, last but not least, Akia, what handiness are you?
Akia's got enough weirdness going on. They are right-handed and like sweet apples if they could eat apples. The only thing interesting about it though would be like they have closer to 4 hands if you count like the little extensions that come out to hold small pieces when they're working.
Oh, that's super cool. Well, Akia, you can definitely gain a Faxpiration. Well, let us, now that we're all charged with Faxpiration, we're charged with DM Inspiration, let me pull us back to this. It's been a while, so you are all, well, most of y'all are standing in a room. The room has 4 giant pillars of ice. I should say, actually, tablets of ice, each roughly 10 feet tall. Carved within them are scriptures related to the religion of worshipping Auril, the Frostmaiden. Our friend, Akia, stands alone in a room isolated. The only thing inside of it, a book on a pedestal.
I'm not so grappled, am I?
You are not still grappled, unless Gaiman had you like in a piggyback to help you out.
Akia keeps looking around like kind of like someone would when they feel like they're being watched, as they slowly approach the book.
Yeah, you feel as you approach the book that there is a kind of an influx of power, and as you get closer to it, I can kind of show you what the book looks like, and I will show everyone as well. This is what you all see, whereas what Gaiman sees and what the players all see as you get closer. Excuse me, not Gaiman, Akia, it gets closer to this book.
Yes, Lotus will follow in, and she just starts mumbling under her breath. If this thing starts talking, I am out.
Okay.
Lotus, as you walk into the room, you can't help but notice there is a dome that covers the room. At the top of the dome is engraved with a giant snowflake. And as you walk past the threshold of the door, you see that there are two almost statuettes, each depicting a towering woman, kind of holding up the ceiling of the room. The face of the woman is depicted strangely. Instead of having a feminine humanoid face, she has a humanoid body, but the face of an owl.
I'll look carefully at it, and then, still looking at it, I'll just sort of reach over for Alicia and say, like, Alicia, you know more about this religious stuff than I do. Is that supposed to be Auril?
Do I need to make any type of check on this, or would I just know from my passive religion?
Go ahead and give me a check on this depiction of Auril the Frostmaiden.
23.
At 23. Interesting. You, Alicia, as a religious person, as a studier of these type of things, understand that certain gods or goddesses are depicted in forms of three. Auril is often depicted in these forms of three as maiden, mother, crone, and when she is often depicted in a crone depiction, she is depicted monstrously, and a way that she's been depicted as almost a hybrid, a fusion between human and beast, sometimes owl, sometimes winter wolf, even sometimes that of a dragon, combining her feminine humanoid parts with those of bestial.
I will relay that information to everyone.
Let's be ready for anything.
But there's just the one statue, right?
There are two statues almost like holding up the door frame. They look almost ornamental in a way. There's no jewels on them. They haven't been embossed with any metals. The main feature of the room is the pedestal holding up this fur e-book. And when I say that, I don't mean it as a book about furries. It is literally a book covered in fur.
Anything special about this door behind us?
The door behind you, as you stare at the door, you see that it is like the one you came through, kind of carved out of ice and embedded with dragon bone and scale, that of white dragons. And you can see that it is of giant make. The door itself looks like it was built for a giant to walk through.
All right, I'm going to reach out and touch the book.
No, hold on a second.
Okay, Alicia stops me. As I reach for the book, she says, "Hold on," and I go, "What?"
You said there was a statue that was holding up the book itself?
The statue, or excuse me, the book is held up by a pedestal, and the pedestal is almost shaped like the claw of an owl. Is kind of what the pedestal is shaped like.
Okay. And there's not like any writing or symbols on the pedestal itself.
As you guys would look at the pedestal itself, Alicia, you kind of looking for runes or any writing. There is etching on the pedestal itself, but the etching is to make the leg of the owl look more realistic, like as if you were staring at the legs of a snowy owl, and how they are almost segmented, almost like scales.
Okay. Um.
This is what we came here for. I do not see another path forward.
Right, but such an important artifact. I want to make sure that it's not trapped or warded in any way before just touching it. Remember the frozen waterfall last time?
Not to mention that, if I was being a devious fucker, I put a booby-trapped thing out in the open, as it were, before we got to the actual item that people are hunting for. The better to protect it, might kill somebody with traps, might, if they survive, they make off with the fake article,
What do you suggest we do?
Well, exercise some caution at least.
Yeah, we could give the room a once over, check around for magical auras and such.
Right, and also let's not forget, being apparently the prized possession of a goddess, it's also possible it might even be cursed, and, well, I think you all remember the last time you all touched a cursed object?
That worked out all the end, alright? So just, it was fine. Just, be cautious.
I will check for traps.
All right, give me a check for traps check on the pedestal. This is investigation to see if there are any secret knobs or doodads that might poke
I
out
was
at you.
gonna say, could I assist him and give him advantage, but
Absolutely. If you're both players skilled in investigation, we can make a check at advantage. 23.
yep,
23.
also proficient.
Akia, you and Alicia look over the pedestal. You don't find anything that looks trap-like. You don't notice any levers or secret gizmos that might spew gas or emit a poisonous jet of liquid upon you all.
I believe Auril wants her followers to be able to access this book.
One last thing, and Alicia is going to write a symbol into the air, and it's going to cast see invisibility, just in case there's anything else on themselves.
Right, we will keep in mind that Alicia has the ability to see invisible creatures right now. As you look about, you don't notice any invisible creatures or anything in the ethereal plane in your current space.
I also currently have the true seeing spell affecting me.
So right now, Akia and Alicia, they have vision up that will allow them to see if you guys are getting bamboozled by any magical means.
One of these days, maybe I'll actually prepare to detect magic like a smart person. All right, well, I mean, we haven't seen anything so far, so
Do you want me to scan for magic?
If you're able to.
If you like, I could have Flavy scan it, see if he finds anything.
Flavy is much faster than I am.
Alright, so I'll tap aside the Flavy mask, say, Flavy, scan the book.
In the room, it wouldn't hurt to scan the room, but, book first.
Then I'll just I'll look over the book and then around the room. I'm like, alright, Flavy, scan.
All right, beginning scan of the book and the room. It will take me but a few minutes. And they will begin their scan. As you all are standing within the room, you guys can feel a weight of energy on the book itself, as if you were standing near a powerful conduit. It feels heavy within the room itself. As the time passes, Flavy will answer you, Lotus. The book is indeed magical. It appears to be a spell book of some type. There appears to be an aura about it. A transmutation aura.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't appear to be coming from the cover of the book, but from the pages within.
Well, it sounds like it's safe to at least touch the book.
Yeah, but there's just no telling what might happen.
We should be careful.
So if you like, I could try to use my mage hand to lift it.
Why don't we do this? Do you have to be in, if you position your mage hand, do you have to be within line of sight of it, as it were, to be able to, use it? I'm not saying pick up the book. I'm saying maybe try and open the book. Well, we're all around the corner, outside of a line of effect. From like a spell or whatnot.
Alright, well, out of character, let me go ahead and throw up the spell description here. And let's take a look.
Manipulate objects.
I would say, yeah, I could open the cover of a book.
But does she have to be looking at it?
Yeah, that's the thing. Do I have to have line of sight with it, is what he was
Like,
asking.
she can cast it ahead of time and, have it hovering and kind of, mind's eye it where, okay, I know what far down I need to go to, flip open the cover or whatever. Or I don't know. I don't think we've ever gotten to the nitty-gritty of Mage Hand before. Do you feel whatever it is that you're, touching, or is it it's all visual,
It doesn't say anything about you having to see with it, just within range.
Do you wish to... I mean... Are you hoping to see if a trap triggers when you open the book?
Yeah.
Yes, because even if there isn't a physical trap, there are several magical-based ones that here. There might be some sort of protection rune or spell on it.
Well, how about we take the book, and I could have Kuma open the book?
Yeah, but do you have to, use any resources to, reform, Kuma to...
Kuma's in the room outside.
Right. No, I thought you meant Kuma Q. Shit. You naming Cuba, like using Cuba in the name of things is confusing sometimes for me. Sorry. I mean,
My apologies.
no, that's a me problem, not a you problem. So, I mean, so long as we're not losing out on anything, it doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to, be proactive, think ahead.
But, maybe these... Do we still have the symbols above our head, or did they disappear when we opened the door?
The symbols are still above your head, shimmering and gleaming, the snowflake glowing like a Super Mario like mushroom power-up at the moment.
I would suggest that if there is any harm to come from this book, then opening it in any way other than one of the four of us because of the thing above our head would be more dangerous. Anyone blessed in this way, I believe, would be safe.
That makes sense.
I would agree.
Do we want to see who wants to volunteer or draw straws? No, just
I believe that...
we were dealing with a big unknown,
Sure.
Well,
I believe I'd be safe to open it. I mean, if something happens, I'm sure we'll be able to handle it.
all right. Well, go ahead, Akia. I'll be right here with you.
All right.
Not to be, negative Nathan or nothing, but might it be safer if some of us waited outside? Well, outside the room.
I believe if you wait here with me, we'll be safer. Just don't look at the pages, maybe? And I will pick up the closed book.
Jamie diverts his eyes.
Anything happen when I pick up the book?
Okay. We see our friend Akia pick up the book. You lift it up, and there's just a kind of like slight exaltation of air as the book is picked up, and the kind of the ambient snow in the room kind of just slowly starts to drift about Akia, almost as if it was blowing towards him. And that is it.
All right. Akia will turn to face the group so that when they open the book, the pages are facing only Akia and Kumakyu, who is under their hood at the moment, sort of staring out. And as they open the book, they'll say, "Mother, I will have you listen to me." And they'll open the book.
Excellent. Akia, you can see that this book is a thin volume bound in white ermine fur over season's boards of white pine wood and sealed with a clasp and lock of silver. The book itself is cold to the touch, and the fur is worn about the edges. You can see that there is 27 pages within the book. And I am putting the book itself in your inventory.
Akia slowly reads it.
You notice that Akia is reading the book. He appears to be under no ill effects. There doesn't appear to be any magic that is now striking out at you guys. You don't notice any icicles forming on Akia. You don't see anything along those lines.
Does it appear to be paragraphs of words, or does it appear to be spells or a combination?
Akia, as you are reading through the book, I don't know if Akia would like this or if this would be disappointing. The book appears to be written all in poetry, all in flowery language, and everything in it is just describing for this religion in a poetic sense and in a almost iambic pentameter.
Okay.
It
Akia
is all
will
written
start.
common.
It is written in the common tongue.
So Akia will back up to a wall, and we'll just start flipping through it faster and faster. Does it appear to all be written that way?
It does.
He'll close the book, and he'll look.
Akia, as you're doing that, can you roll me a 1d27 to see what page you stopped on? All right. Akia, as you stop on page 9, you go to shut it close, but give me a Constitution saving throw. Okay, Akia, as you go to shut it close, maybe it's subconscious, maybe it's preternatural, but something on the page makes you stop mid-shut. And you see that there is a poem within that catches your eye. And I will send you that poem right now, privately in Discord.
All right. It's poetry.
Great. So it's a book full of Auril's emo deviantart poetry. Great.
Everyone sees Akia like sigh a little bit, even though they don't breathe. So it's just this large shrug, and they look like they're about to close the book, and they open it back up with another sigh of like resignation that I can't believe I've got to read this, but they're focused again. I said, hold on. Just a second. And there's just this exasperation in their voice.
Does Akia share any part of the poem with the party, or do they keep it all to themselves?
Well, this one's not terrible.
In what way?
Oh, this one particular poem just doesn't seem as terrible as the others. I guess these are poems. I'm not really sure. Poetry's weird.
May I take a look?
Yeah, I was going to say, let someone else who's got
I guess
Yes.
a different sort of creative bent have a look.
Yes, Akia, you're going to share with the rest of the class.
Should I read it out loud?
Certainly can.
Okay. We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds but frozen tears as gray clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wasteland shears, bringing blizzards from the north. Ice-kissed flowers caught mid-bloom, beauty kept in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. All the world in winter's white, sheathed in sleet and ice, Set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Behold her everlasting rhyme, see how it covers all. Weep not for those she traps in time beyond her glacial wall. Sovereign of summer's lost, general of winter's war, long live the queen of cold and frost, may she reign forevermore.
As you finish that line, you all feel different as the room feels like the air gets pulled out of it. The castle itself almost seems to shake as something has changed. Your friend and ally, the librarian Watto, walks up and he is holding the Professor Orb, Professor Scant. And Professor Scant says aloud, I recognize the words that you are speaking. I believe this is the poem, The Words of Power, my previous owner, Nas Lantimir, wished to uncover. I believe you all have discovered the rhyme of the Frostmaiden.
Oh. Wow.
That's another way of looking at it. Huh.
OOC. So meta. So meta.
The title screen plays after 83 sessions. But instead of...
But it changes the wording this time.
It was my previous master's goal to learn this magic, these words of power. Because with it, you can shatter any glacial wall, destroy any frozen barrier, even topple a grand statue of ice with its magic. And the Professor Orb has Watto move him towards you, Lotus. Given the right spell, the right subject, and the right tattoos.
Oh. Well, at least it's nice we finally found a use for these. And she holds out her arms.
They are aesthetically pleasing. That is enough.
So we just got to find the right poem, and then that statue back up in Shanda will go bye-bye, putting things back to normal.
It would seem so.
The Professor Orb will speak up. I believe it was the intention of my previous master, Nas Lantimir, to take this book, read the poetry within it, to break the Reghed Glacier and move inside. For she believed within the ice is the crashed city of Yithrin, the Netherese city, long
Really?
lost to history. The Professor Orb makes Watto shake his arm, so it looks like the Professor Orb is nodding his head.
Fascinating. Well, as much as I would like to know more about Netheril, since hearing about it from Shannara and everywhere else that we've been around Icewind Dale, probably should focus on our immediate troubles, which is that statue in Bryn Shander.
Yes, I do not like what they are doing.
Yes, and we need to find a way to deactivate the statue, because remember, if we try to destroy it outright, and then she just makes sort of like a She uses a minor illusion to just sort of make an image of a mushroom cloud.
Right. That is what would happen, you said.
That type of explosion.
Perhaps it is time to return to Bryn Shander and take control of the church?
Is that what you want to do?
I believe that not really, but I do believe it has gone in the wrong direction. And we can either change its direction. What other choice is there but destruction? Is that so? Either we change its direction or a lot of people will die.
Difficult situation.
A
I
lot of
wouldn't say to destroy a religion would be great, though I do agree that they have probably taken their edicts to the extreme.
It is a strange thing to think of. I mean, you don't want to destroy them, but clearly they wouldn't think twice about doing the same to you.
That is true.
a lot of the people that are currently in the cult are brainwashed. Are you willing to kill people that might be freed?
Oh, of course not. In fact, to be honest, there's really only one of them who I feel was truly deserving.
And if we were to remove that one, would you leave the rest of the church leaderless to go about their own devices?
Well, let's just sort of like rubs her chin a little bit. Thinking it over, you see her smirk a bit. It's like, then she'll take her right hand, and Akia, she'll put it on your right shoulder and say, perhaps they need a better leader.
That's all I'm saying. Not that I wish to become the leader of the church, but I do feel that I am in a unique position.
Well, being a child of the Frost, it would make sense for you to at least have quite a bit of sway in the church if Sybil was to step down or be removed.
Though, considering how strong of a follower she is, you can be certain that Sybil will certainly not give up her post without a fight.
Indeed.
And then that I believe that if we defeat Sybil, it would go a long way to making the church members believe that I am more blessed by Auril than she, legitimizing my claim of leadership. It is not without problems, and if anyone has a better idea, I would love to hear it.
Pato will speak up. Akia, I'm hopeful not to ruffle any feathers here. Auril, by my account, is an evil deity and has committed a crime against the peoples of Icewind Dale, locking us in this winter, forcing people into servitude. It is my thought, and I don't know if you all share this thought with me. I think that Auril's church should be removed from Tin Towns.
Are you saying that all the church members should be... Oh, what's the word?
Cut loose, set
Exiled?
adrift.
No, I'm saying that if the head of the snake is removed, we solve the problem of, well, winter and forever night. Would the people follow Auril if the sun comes out tomorrow?
I don't know. There are many morally gray questions that would need to be answered. The people that have committed the crimes against the people of Bryn Shander, the hangings, for example. I would even go so far as to say the sacrifices. Some of them were probably mind controlled. Some of them did so with full cognitive capacity. It will be very difficult. Justice in this situation is very difficult.
Justice in Tin Towns is hard enough, let alone with a mad deity spreading her influence to all who will take it. It's just my thought that it feels so close. We have a way to free the world from ice, to free the world from night. I think we should take it.
OOC. Do we have reason to believe we can stop the never-ending night now? Because, like, when we talked to the mirror, it said we could stop the never-ending night if we went to this island.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what you guys have ahead of you, in front of you here, you do have this spell book, which, according to the Professor Orb, and I'll let you guys know, the Professor Orbs do not have it in their programming to lie. You believe this book can get you into the lost city of Netheril. And it was the belief of that ghost that you guys threw into a cannon that in this lost city of Netheril, there is magic strong enough to defeat the curse that Auril herself placed on this land. Secondarily, you all are, or I should say 3 out of 4 of you, are spellcasters. You know that every night at midnight, there is a scene of horror as an aurora flies across the sky, and those who have technology have seen a giant figure fly with that aurora across the sky, leading it, keeping the sun at bay. So you could just go upstairs and kill whoever seems to be behind this aurora, and maybe that will solve this endless winter itself.
Right. Auril, or possibly an avatar, or possibly someone else, is upstairs with a rock. Supposedly flies out on the rock every night to re-up the winter spell. So I guess OOC, do we want to leave now and go try and free Brinchander, or do we want to go upstairs? Do we want to go see what's behind door number 3?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, y'all know Akia. Akia wants to know what's behind this door.
Yeah, honestly, I think Luna's has kind of been eyeballing the door, too.
What does Gaiman and Alicia think, given the options presented in front of them?
Well, I guess with all of us putting our coconuts together, I come to the conclusion that what would be needed, aside from trying to take on a god or an avatar of said god, what could be needed to stop never-ending winter and to allow the sun to be back would be in the glacier. So this is just another piece of the puzzle that is necessary to bring the sun back. So I think Alicia would want to leave here.
Does anyone want to go upstairs and fight the rock?
In the state we're in, no.
I'm pretty sure the rock will find us.
Okay.
Still floating my idea that we should find a way to get the white dragon and the rock to fight each other.
You come up with the idea.
If we're going to go after a rock, I mean, we can always come back. And if we're going to fight, something that's going to fly, I was thinking we'd kind of like to have that movable rod,
Uh-huh. Yeah, I would definitely like to be level 10 before we fight anything gargantuan.
I think Lewis afflicted. Yeah, well, I think if we were to do so, we need to fight it air to air, which means one of two things: the dragon, or we fix up the Mind Flayer ship.
I fought that dragon and barely escaped with my life. I don't think we should be trying to convince it to let us fly on it.
Oh no, but maybe we talk with the dragon, try to convince it, like, hey, how do you feel about this, this bird flying through your airspace? Why are you letting that happen?
Yeah, do you remember two of the kind of the weird details about the dragon that you met?
I do. And I remember the dragon is blind, and it has its long dead companion still strapped to its back, that it doesn't know where its companion went, if I'm remembering correctly.
You got those details right. It does have something strapped to its back, and it is blind. Absolutely.
But it's got really good other senses.
Interesting. All right, I'll put a pin in that for now. Then
I do know its favorite foods, though.
That is useful information.
What, people?
Oh, well, actually, it's... And then Akia perfectly remembers the dragon's 3 favorite foods because they've got keen mind.
Mm-hmm.
And tells them to Gaiman.
I don't believe any of them were people.
Yeah, they were like caribou
Mhm.
and like some type of sea, something that some. Yeah, it's like caribou, something else that's on the land, and then something that's in the sea. I forget though.
All delicious pack animals, of course. Uh,
It's like giant clams or something. I don't remember. We'll have to look at the old videos.
the Professor Orb will call out to you all again. Yes, we should be getting out of here soon. We should head as quickly as we can to the Reghed Glacier and use the Rime to open the glacier so that we may enter.
Right. Just looking at this door.
I guess I'll call back and say, so Professor, you keep saying you're a former master. Have you taken up Watto as your new master now?
And the orb forces Watto's arm around. He says, they were my former master because they were my one and only holder. I would like to consider you all my new masters, as you all have been allowing multiple people to hold me. I be mastered by committee.
I was gonna say, I
right.
thought I was holding on to it, but somehow it evaded my grasp.
It's been a hot potato.
It seems that you have thrown me aside a couple of times when fights have broken out, which I appreciate. I am not a weapon of war.
Ah, fair. Well,
He whispers, I'm a weapon of love.
I see the anticipation
Eh.
that you two have. May as well see what that door leads to.
Does Gaiman hear this whisper, or is this like an OOC whisper?
Oh, it's definitely in character. If you guys would like to, your character heard the Professor Orb say, a weapon of love.
Oh my god. I'm
surrounded
surrounded
by
by elements.
Gaiman, this is a large door. We might need your assistance.
It's not locked, is it?
I check the door for locks and traps.
All right, give me an investigation to see if you can find any traps and locks. With a 12, you do not see any traps, and you believe the door is not locked.
It's just large.
Gaiman will walk up to the door and does it say push or pull?
These doors so far have pushed into the room.
All right. Gaiman will give it a shove.
The door opens to reveal beyond the door is a small room filled with mist. Chunks of ice cover the floor. The fragments on the ground resemble humanoid statues made of ice.
Okay.
The room feels like it is filled with an ambient magic.
Is this similar
I
to
don't-
that field of statues that we saw outside the, I guess, Grimskull? The fortress?
Alicia, wait. This might be the room of people that touch the book without completing the trials.
That's what I figured.
The room
That
feels
doesn't make
charged
sense. Look,
with
if
power.
they, look, who moved them? If they touched it without completing the trials, also,
Probably the owner.
why wouldn't they just shatter out there? If that's what happens, if you touch it.
They might have been cleaned up by previous druids.
Or the owner of said book. Well,
Yes.
it's probably a good thing that we completed the trials then. We should leave.
As you all open the door, the room feels absolutely charged with magical power, and Akia, you can feel a voice within calling you to enter. And those of you who passed the trials, which is all of you, you can feel a certain draw into the middle of the room. It is not a psychic command, nor is it a domination of your personality. Just a draw into the center of the room. Just a curiosity beckoning you in within its walls.
You said that this was
Into
covered in...
this room, the bottom room?
Yep, into the bottom room.
You said that room was covered with mist. Is it like very opaque, or is it just kind of light?
It is roughly 6 to 8 inches off of the ground, and the mist is, I would say, if this was like a Photoshop filter, it's like 30% transparent. So you can see through the mist to the ground below, the ice shards littering the ground.
Now, I'm normally the first person to want to touch something, but I really think we should not go in that room.
Well, I'm not going in the room, but it just seems weird. It's offshoot, it's the back, and there's a bunch of things that look like what the statues were up top.
Akia takes a handful of water and throws it into the room.
The room is slightly more wet.
Does it freeze?
It does not. There is water in the room now.
So, questions. Before we were given a description of how Auril usually appears in visages of like 3. So, like, a young woman, mother crone. Maiden mother crone. And then the only other image we had seen so far was presumably Auril, but with an owl head, something bestial.
And that's supposed to be the crone.
We're assuming. Looking at the pieces on the ground here, is there any way to tell, like, if there's anything that looks like a face, that we can make out what these are supposed to be? Are these possibly other statues?
Absolutely. If you guys were... we'll say it could be a investigation check with disadvantage as you try to kind of look from piece to piece to see if you can't connect the pieces together just from looking from the outside of the room. If you guys wanted to enter the room and try to piece the pieces together like jigsaw puzzle, I would say it would be investigation with advantage, because then you could kind of put the pieces together physically to get a better picture.
Okay, before I roll, since Matt wants to go, since Akia wants to go.
Well, Akia wants to go. Matt's interested in what's in the room.
Game is going to turn back and say, listen, I know we all want to get out of here, but I mean, this seems significant. Can't we just take a little bit of time and like poke around a bit?
I'm just worried that room is dangerous. Does anyone else feel like the room is calling to you?
It
is
in a weird sense.
Yes, which is why I'm kind of with Akia on this. We should just leave it alone.
Okay, well, I'll just go ahead and poke around, hey? You 3 are magical. If something happens, you can, stop me.
Okay.
A voice calls out aloud through Lotus's speakers. I hear a magical transmission coming from the room within. A voice. Would you like me to translate or give more volume to the message?
Yes, Flavy, translate and put it on speaker. This way everyone can hear it.
Yes, right away. Decoding message from Lotus. And you hear like the Xerox sound. I'm only receiving part of the message. I will need you to get closer. The only thing that I can decode is receive blessing. Are the 2 words that I can translate, Lotus.
All right.
So there's more to the message, but all you can translate is receive blessing.
Yes.
Excuse me. Yeah. Those will just sort of like squeeze in between here. Just like, all right, come on, here.
You could ask us to move, God damn it.
So very carefully step into the room.
You hear a thin voice in your ears as Flavia says, "Oh, it's coming in loud and clear. Will you court death to receive my blessing?" A voice whispers in your ears, Lotus, from no physical body, no physical form has appeared.
Lotus will give a bit of a smirk, and she'll test to see if maybe there's a response. So she'll sort of hold out her arms and say, "I have the blessings of both a devil and a dragon. What would you offer me?"
And the voice will say to you, "The blessing of the Frostmaiden." And Lotus, you notice this. Alicia, you notice this. Gaiman, you notice that the little chunks of ice almost are like lighting up in a bit, as if they were kind of showing you how to piece them together.
Oh, it's a puzzle.
Lotus,
That's
are you
a-
making
that's in
another
character.
deal?
Oh, I want to put together the puzzle.
Lotus will shake her head and say, "I have no interest in your blessing. But it's possible there's someone else here that might." And then she'll motion, Kia, she'll hold out her hand towards you and motion you to come forward. Like, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna put together the puzzle.
All right, Akia, you hear the same words spoken in your ear. Will you court death to receive my blessing? And you recognize the voice as the voice you heard in the frozen pool on this island but hours ago.
Probably.
All right, Akia, do you wish to try to piece together the pieces of ice?
Yes. Akia says out loud to the voice in the sky.
All right, as you're piecing them together, you can give me investigation with advantage to try to find the proper order of things.
All right. Okay. $19.
With a 19, you see that the pieces, when put together, form the visage of a beautiful, what appears to be female fairy creature with flowing blue hair and icy white eyes. And the same voice says to you, this time from the statue that you have put together over these few minutes. It whispers again, will you court death to receive my blessing?
At this point, have I completed the statue and it's still asking the question?
Mm-hmm.
Akia is gonna stare at it real hard.
Oh,
You've piqued my curiosity.
If you wish to court death, take my hand. And the statue hasn't moved. It's been pieced together carefully, fastidiously by you. And you see that the hands, when placed in the proper positions, are such so that you could take it as if you would take a lover to the dance floor.
Okay. Kumakyu. Back up a little bit. And Kumakyu will...
Kumar?
Okay. I accept. And Akia will reach out their hand.
Right, Akia, as you reach out your hand and take the hand of the statue, can you give me a Constitution saving throw?
All right. I am going to use a DM inspiration.
Absolutely. All right. With a 26, you all see Akia. Their body, from touching the statue, is flash frozen from the hand all the way up the arm, from the arm down their chest, down their legs. Their body is covered in this permafrost, frozen. Akia, but you are alive within, more alive than you've ever been. Your gears, your pistons, the engines that power you, feel as if they have been supernaturally clocked. And Akia, you can tell us what happens as the permafrost cracks and Akia emerges from the ice, and I will share with you the blessing that you have now received. And that is now, it should be under your features. Or did it get moved to your items? Let's see.
Blessing of the Frostmaiden?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, as Akia, as the bits and pieces break free and Akia reanimates, their eyes have that, their blue, icy eyes have become even deeper. As you look into them, it's like looking into a glacier. The rime that once covered Akia's face, and occasionally does when they're in combat, they like to sort of use it as combat war face paint. That rime now covers their entire body. They let go of the statue. They turn around. And they look back and forth. I think I'm still alive. Probably. And they put their hand to their chest. I'm 99% sure that I'm still alive.
That's very strange. You don't feel any difference?
I feel warm and alive. I was scared I was dead, but no, I feel very alive.
Mm.
I feel like I'm more at home.
Well, if anyone deserves this blessing, it's certainly you.
There, I now that it's not there anymore, I realize I had a feeling of unease being in this castle that seems to have gone.
Well, glad you do. I think I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't know. I think now we've got the book. I think we should probably beat feet and try to figure out what we need to open up the way through this glacier.
All right. Yeah.
You all are making your way back into the room that holds your allies. Ukuma, the very large talking walrus, is at the moment doing body slides through the room with prisoner 237, Valishgant, and your friend Mr. Nabanaga riding on his back as he basically slides around the room in glee.
I'll call out to him. Gantz, what are you doing up there?
He says, the walrus insisted that I just get on his back and ride around.
Alright. Just if you fall off and get hurt, just I can't heal you.
Namarnocker looks to you and he says, "Don't worry, Lotus. I've got him nice and tight up here." And you see that Namarnocker has him squeezed between his teddy bear costumed thighs.
Oh, is that what's going on?
He nods his head. All innocent
Gaiman
up
just
here, nothing to
mutters
worry
to
about.
himself. Gaiman mutters to himself, bunch of degenerates.
I was looking over at Gaiman, like, give the man a break. He's been in prison for a while.
You've got Neo Dick Punch up there in a teddy bear suit. So whatever a kid just did with a statue is you and your boyfriend. There's the orb. I'm surrounded by perverts. And Gaiman's just going to quietly walk away.
What does that word mean?
Danica would like to protest as she says, "Perverts. Alicia and I are furthest away from perverts that they could be."
Don't worry, Kia. I'll tell you when you're older.
Well, I think our business here is concluded. We should head back up top. Or outside.
Righto.
Yes.
I guess it would be top because we did have to come down.
We should head back to the shore.
Hopefully, PBRs managed to keep himself occupied while we were gone.
As you all go to exit the castle, I would love a group stealth check to see how sneakily you all can make your way out. So for a group check, I'm looking for, because there's 4 players, I need 2 players to succeed at the stealth DC to escape successfully.
This will be at disadvantage.
Let me add my Faxpiration on here.
Nat 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna add my Faxpiration too.
11.
Interesting. Okay. Akuma says, well, if you guys are going, I hope that you all have a good
What
time.
the fuck?
You know what would be really cool is if we ran into something random up here. Clunk, clunk, clunk.
Akuma's not coming with us. I thought we were going to act as management to get him into stuff.
Alicia also has disadvantage on stealth checks.
Halfway armor.
Heavy armor.
I will burn my fax spell. What we got? D10 still? Or D8? Sorry.
Yeah.
D8.
14.
Okay. So, I regret to inform you, but I believe you have all failed.
Darn!
Not surprising.
You don't say.
So, as you guys are chonking up the stairs, you hear what could only be described as an ear-piercing screech coming from the top of Grimskull. It sounds, if you have ever been in the tundra, the screeches of what would almost be like an owl chasing after prey, magnified, coming from the top of Grimskull itself. And you can feel the building kind of shake under its screech.
Should we run?
Lewis would not say, yes, we should run very quickly.
We start running.
All right, is the goal for you guys to run to the shore and then to summon PBR?
That's what I'm thinking, unless anyone's got anything better.
Gaiman's going to, as we're running, he's going to light up his whip so it's ready to go.
Excellent. Okay. Well, this sounds like...
I mean, we're going to try and hustle, but I don't think we're outpacing a rock.
Yeah. We'll see how far we get.
Sounds like we have a skill challenge on our hands. Give me 1 second. So as you guys are moving out of this, let's... come back to this map real quick. Activate. So you guys are rushing your way out of Grimskull.
It's our ship.
Okay, so all of your party members. Sorry, Soplo, you're dead. Before you guys exit, how are you guys getting Ukuma out from the stairway? Because they are a giant walrus.
Is Ukuma coming with us? Or are they staying
Yes.
down below? Oh, okay.
You guys convinced Ukuma that they wanted to be a big star out in the world, see the world that way. Like, I'm imagining like a pop star kind of situation for Ukuma, and they want to come with. So before we even start the craziness that might be this skill challenge you guys are about to do, tell me, how do you get this giant whale out?
Stairs aren't wide enough for him.
I think Kuma's pushing from below.
Mm-hmm. So Kuma, the bear, is pushing. I don't think the issue is that the stairs aren't wide enough. It's that this creature is kind of rotund and only has flippers.
Wait, Akuma, how do you normally get down into this lower area?
Oh, well, you see that there's and he waddles over. He says, there's a small little slide here that I can use to go right into the water. And then he waddles over, and then I can take this slightly less graded, and he shows you that there's another hole that he comes up out of.
Wait, should we just go straight to the water?
I was gonna say, does this lead outside?
He nods. Yes, it will take us to the water.
Well, yeah, Ukuma, we have a ship that's docked here. Could we use that to get us to try to get us there?
Yes. How are you all at entering waters at the water at very high speeds?
Sounds great.
Wait, hold on. How long do we have to hold our breath?
Well, it's going to shoot us out at approximately, and he looks at the camera, 60 miles an hour. But you guys can all survive something like that going into the water, right?
Well,
Yes.
it's cold. I think most of us have some type of cold resistance. So I think we may be okay.
Okay. All right. Let's go. And Akuma just jumps down the hole, woo, sliding down like a blue rocket. The question is, do you all go into the chute after Akuma?
I mean, it's that or we try and outpace the rock immediately.
No, I'll go to the water.
Yeah. Be like, it's like summer vacation all over again.
Guess it's down the chute.
I don't understand how this is like summer vacation. And Gabe throws himself.
Awesome. So everyone's doing plan water slide.
Lotus, when there's enough room, I believe you can summon PBR underwater.
Way ahead of you, and as we're sliding down, she'll reach for the spyglass.
All right. So you guys are shooting out, and all of you get whipped out of this like winding pattern, this giant water slide that would make Typhoon Lagoon jealous. And you are all shot out, and you guys are up in the air, and you can see the sea of moving ice below you. As you can see, Akuma is kind of waving up to you guys as Akuma splashes into the water, and you have momentary seconds as you all are kind of hurtling towards the frozen water below to take an action.
Have we... Like, are we about to take fall damage? Is that, like, how high we're falling into this water?
I was going to say no fall damage. It's just going to be super cold but really cool as you guys go into this water.
All right, I would say just as soon as Lotus sees the water, she'll go ahead and bust out the spyglass.
Okay. Lotus uses the spyglass. There is a moment where the world kind of slows down around you all, and there is this fog that starts to roll in, and your feet that were hurtling through the air come to almost like a sudden stop as this fog solidifies underneath your feet. That fog solidifies into wooden planks. You hear the gnashing of shark-like teeth. As the boat you know as PBR appears below you. PBR, the shark ship, looks to you all and says, "Is it time to go?"
Yes.
Phantom's Requiem, thank you. Yes, it is.
Yes, we've got a rock hot on our tails. Set sail!
Ukuma, up here.
He says, "Can
Or-
you throw me a rope?"
I guess
Yeah.
if there's rope and rigging and stuff like that, yeah.
I mean, Gaming can get a rope
Fishing
out of his backpack. And, like, kind of like, he can toss it down and try and, like, kind of like he's holding both ends. So he's kind of like tossing it down like the walrus is like kind of like straddling like a jump rope, but he's trying to pull him up underneath the flippers. If that makes any sense.
It does. All right, Damon, give us an athletics check as you heave as Akuma is being lifted from the waters below.
Okay. This is pretty important, so let's go ahead and use that last D inspiration for advantage.
Heck yes. So, Gaiman, you haul Akuma, the walrus, up from the water itself into the boat, the Phantom's Requiem, PBR. So, you hear that same shrill scream again come from the top of Grimskull. High above the castle, you see a form flap into the sky. You can just barely make out a shape of a brilliant white owl, eyes malevolent, coursing with magical power as its wings fan out. Its eyes briefly scan the horizon, and it looks down upon PBR. And the rock starts to dive towards you all, its wings silent in the night air. And we're going to have a skill challenge here to see if you guys can escape from the rock, or will you have to fight it aboard PBR? So I'm going to grab y'all, and I'm going to roll you into initiative to see how we can get away from this rock. Alrighty. All right. It looks like first up in the little skill challenge initiative here, trying to escape from the rock. Is our friend Lotus. And really quickly, I'm going to change your music, do a little something more epic. All right, Lotus, you all are aboard Phantom's Requiem. You're trying to escape from Iskra, the Wings of Winter. The rock, sailing down on an air current. Tell me, how do you help the Phantom's Requiem? How do you help your party try to escape from this beast?
Alright. It's like my second best skill. It's still pretty good. So, I want to say that seeing like here, wanting to help out PBR, helping the wind catch tails, she'll be running up, grabbing the rigging, and trying to get some more wind in the sails and adjust and catch the wind just right to move us further. So that would be acrobatics.
Absolutely. Give me an acrobatics check.
I got some inspiration to burn, so I'll go ahead and use one. 17.
A 17 is a success. That is the DC of this challenge. So, Evilis, we see a rigging get pulled. We see the sails start to unfurl, and PBR starts to move a little bit faster as you guys are trying to outpace Iskra. All right, that is one success. Akia, what do you do to try to help out here? And it's been a while since we've done a skill challenge, so the DC, like I said, is a 17. You guys have 3 secret skills that are of a lower DC. If you guys succeed above 10, the DC is counted as 2 successes.
All right. Could I use a nature check to recall information and knowledge about rocks?
Absolutely. Give me a nature check. All right, a 20 is a success. What one question would you like to ask about rocks?
Ooh. What? Oh, goodness. I don't know. Something that helps you escape from them. What makes them not want to hurt you?
Well, rocks are an apex predator, so they like to eat anything that they can basically fit into their gullet. They have been known to sink ships itself because they think that the ships are a food source for them to dine on. So you believe one thing that you could potentially do is give them another target to attack if you could create or find a new target for Iskra to focus their ire on. That would be maybe a good way to distract them.
We look like food. Let's try not to look like a good food source. All right. That's how I help.
I love it. Okay. That's 2 successes so far in this first part of the challenge. Game in the Glaive. What do you do?
So, the rock is bearing down on us. Can I estimate the distance from? Excuse me. Can I estimate the distance from where it is currently dive bombing to where we are? Is it like 100 feet up, 200 feet up, higher?
Absolutely. There's a couple skills that could work here. It could be perception or survival on trying to judge the difference.
All right. I'll use survival to try and gauge how far away it is, and I guess how quickly it's dive bombing us. And I would also like to call out to ask the party, does anybody have Featherfall?
I do, and you do.
Okay.
19.
The survival is actually one of the secret skills in part 1 of the challenge. So that is a success, not a critical success, with a 19. You can tell that you guys have a bit of a lead on this creature. We will put their distance away. We will say they're roughly 400 feet away from your current location, atop PBR.
Okay. So I already got Ukuma into the ship. I would like to use my movement to start. Is there a crow's nest on board PBR?
There is a crow's nest aboard PBR.
Okay. So for positioning's sake, I would like to use my movement to my 40 feet of movement to start climbing up the crow's nest, up to the crow's nest.
Absolutely. So Gaiman is now up in the crow's nest of PBR, the Phantom's Requiem. Excellent. Okay. Alicia, so far your team has 3 successes in this skill challenge to try to escape from this rock or get yourself some time. What does Alicia do here?
So this is a frozen sea, correct? With a bunch of ice flows and miniature glaciers and stuff like that.
That's correct.
All right. I would like to do a perception check as we are quickly navigating to try and avoid dangers as we're sailing as fast as we fucking can.
Absolutely. You can give a perception check for that.
All right. 22.
A 22. So the perception is one of the secret skills, and that drops the DC low enough that, Alicia, that is a critical success, giving you guys 2 successes.
Nice.
And Alicia, you will not go the way of the Titanic here in the Sea of Moving Ice. You can perfectly point out exactly where the dangerous ice flows are, where the icebergs are, so that PBR does not sink by going straight into an iceberg.
PBR, look out! Thanks, I almost stubbed my flipper.
I feel like the king of the world.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, you guys have succeeded in round 1 of this challenge. Okay, as the Sea of Ice is picking up in speed underneath you, as PBR really starts pulling those flippers through the water, the oars that stick out of its side start pulling, and as you guys are steering it properly, Iskra has folded their wings. They are flying towards you fast. The sea itself almost begins to fight PBR as the freezing winds and waves begin to bash against its side. And the rock seems to be waiting for a perfect moment to try to whistle down towards PBR and strike at you. So for this stage, we're going to need some successes here. The DC has gone up by 1. There are 3 new secret skills. And we will go back to the top to Lotus. Lotus, the storm has picked up. There are winds. There's water splashing over the boat. Your BT members are basically getting rolled around, trying not to get seasickness on top of PBR. What do you do?
All right, I'll say those will sort of like take up the role of captain, just going around to every member of the B team, just rallying them and just sort of like trying to order them in like different ways to help. So I guess we go with a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm.
17. Tell you what, I think you said like here. Let me spend a DM inspiration, and I'll reroll that.
Sure. Okay, a 17 would, or excuse me, a 13 would put you out of the success margin. The DC is an 18. So the spirits are kind of low aboard the ship at the moment as the winds, the waters are blotting out your voice, and the threat of this gigantic bird looms ever closer towards you all. Hey, we're at 1 failure. Lotus's words are washing over you guys like the water of the sea. What do you do?
Okay. Oh. I don't think I've used the... Sorry, looking through my resources. Okay. I'm going to... Can I cast Ice Storm in the air? It just says... It says centered on a point within range, but it also says ice pounds to the ground. Should I just put the description?
Yeah, because I believe it creates like a...
It creates a cylinder.
Cylinder?
Centered on a point within range.
And its range is 300 feet.
Yeah.
So, I'll tell you this, the rock has moved quite a bit closer in around, but it is not within 300 feet.
Okay. I'm going to use, then, the Sleet Storm from Kuma. And I'm going to have... I'm going to let PBR know to, like, start turning left, and then I'm going to create the Sleet Storm that should cover us, and then they can go to the right or vice versa, and kind of, like, fake out the rock a little bit, just to make us look like a harder target.
Sure. Okay, so expending this resource here, I'm going to say give me a Arcana check with advantage to see how well you pull off this magical deception. All right, Sleet Storm, combining with the storm that is already ambient around the battlefield, is going to cause a distraction potentially for this gigantic rock to try to fly through. Excellent. Good stuff from Akia. That is a success. We've got 1 failure, 1 success. Not quite a critical success there on this check. All right, Gamon's second round of the challenge. You see magic being thrown around. The rock is trying to edge ever closer to y'all. What do you do?
I have no idea if this is going to work, but I want to pull an Obi-Wan Kenobi. I want to do an intelligence-based performance, if I can, if you allow it, to imitate a dragon call to try and scare off the rock. Kind of like how Obi-Wan Kenobi imitates a dragon to scare.
Sure,
I want
absolutely.
to try and mimic a white dragon roar.
All right, Gamon, give us a intelligence-based check here to see if we can imitate the sound of the white dragon. Oh my gosh, absolutely. You guys hear... Well, Gamon, please describe to us what happens.
So Gamon's up in the crow's nest, and he just kind of braces himself. Just kind of like braces his body because he knows he's going to need like full lung capacity to try and pull this off. And like thinking back to the stories he's heard about, this is what a dragon call is supposed to sound like, and like things he's read in conversations he's had with Akia about the various flora and fauna of the region, and he thinks he's got it in his mind's eye, just lets it rip, and full-throated, bellowing roar using all of his Goliath giant strength, and I would have to say that if he's doing a 25, I feel like his voice is shot. But he's able to, from his imagination and his knowledge and recollection, pull off a white dragon roar. Maybe it's a mating call, maybe it's Maybelline, we don't know, but it's pretty damn good.
It is damn near perfect. You let out this dragon call that echoes across the sea of moving ice. And as you do that, I need to roll this.
Oh no.
All right. Okay. So, Gamon, that is a success. You see that the rock's head is basically spinning 360 degrees as it's flying around, seeing if it can locate the direction of where that dragon call came from. Which is really disconcerting because it's still flying forward, but its head is spinning around. Alicia, you're up here in round 2.
As a owl's meant to do. That flexible neck. You say it's gotten closer, but it's not gotten very close. I think you were saying it's like still outside of like 300 feet, right?
Right. This round, it moved up to about 360 feet away. If this round goes how it goes, it'll probably get to about 240 feet away on this next round.
Okay. I would hate for it to get closer, but the thing I was thinking of is probably gonna have to happen when it gets closer. I'll do perception again, but I imagine that's gonna have diminishing returns, but I mean, it's definitely my best skill. Yeah, I'll do it.
Does it Does the diminishing returns reset between rounds?
Uh,
I think it's
Going back
if
and
it's
forth
used
on-
consecutive, right?
Correct. And so, Alicia, the DC would go up from a 18 here. With diminishing returns, we'd be looking at a 23 in this challenge here, as we're using the same skill again.
23. Okay. And that was a low roll. I'll burn my last DM inspo to re-roll that.
And if anyone has any abilities related to rolling, oof.
Way worse. Well, that happened.
All right, so just the situation is dire. The nerves are starting to collect high in people's throats here.
Does anyone have guidance, and do you have your expiration to burn?
I burned it on that thing back in the fortress.
Okay, so we are sitting at 2 successes, 2 failures here in stage 2 as you guys are trying to escape. And let's see here. I'm going to roll a d6. Okay, as this next round is happening here in stage 2, I'm going to need everyone to give me either a dexterity saving throw or a strength saving throw as a massive wave smashes into PBR and threatens to sweep everyone off the ship. So dexterity or strength saving throw.
There's some bad rolls. I'm gonna use my expiration on that.
On Akia's roll, okay. Gaiman, you succeeded. Akia, you succeeded. The DC for this is a 15.
Okay. Can I overclock one of those and try and grab them before they get swept overboard?
If the absolutely, if the feature allows you to boost a saving throw, we can boost it up by enough here.
Yes, that should be a +4, so I can
I'd say do that for Lotus. I would like to succeed at cost. It's +3, right, for succeed at cost?
That's correct.
Okay, yeah, that'll get me.
Okay, this is getting spicy. So everyone succeeds. Let me give a succeed at a cost. This is in initiative, technically.
That's not
So Alicia's got the power of Tom Harty holding her back. Alright, y'all, we need to leave this round with 2 more successes without gaining 2 more failures. If we leave with 2 more failures, you will all enter a combat with the rock as it would catch up to you.
Alright. So, I would say sort of hearing Gaiman's rather impressive imitation of a dragon's roar, Lotus gets an idea, and she'll go up to the stern of the ship, and she'll remember, her when she was in church and doing, traditional dragonborn throat singing, and then she'll remember one of her fellow dragonborn teaching her this really cool song, throat singing song that was used in ancient times to to inspire Dragonborn warriors to fight, and she will attempt to sing the song to rally everyone. I guess for a performance check.
Okay, give us a performance check. Let's see how we do here. Lotus.
Okay, I'm going to burn my last DM inspiration on this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, big money, no whammies, no whammies.
Damn it.
Okay. Okay, so that is a natural 1 from Lotus. Double net 1. So those are a critical failure, 10 below the DC, and a natural 1. So, Lotus, tell us how your throat singing actually causes the danger to come closer to the boat, and then that is 2 failures. Initiate the fight with the rock.
I guess I just imagine it's like she tries to do song, but then it's like it just sort of like catches in her throat, and then she falls to the deck and just starts coughing.
Okay, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Okay, guys. So, as you're attempting to do these things, the calls from Gaiman, the throat singing, has almost had an opposite effect, where instead of driving the bird away to live and fight for another day, Iskara the Rock is drawn even closer to challenge this dragon that would dare step into its territory. You can give me one moment so I can get us a boat map set up. So let me pull one of our boat maps out of storage. And y'all, if you need to grab a drink or anything like that, it's going to just take me a minute to pull this out and then drop us all on for this fight with this rock.
Okay, I'll be right back then. I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a moment to recover from a double natural 1 on DM inspiration.
David's GIF he just posted. We just started watching The Dark Side of the Ring. It's like a series of documentaries on Hulu. It's a very good documentary series. It is about just stories about professional wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And we started by watching a couple of the episodes about Chris Benoit. So if you're interested in professional wrestling, it is a good show.
I am back, by the way.
Excellent. Almost finished here, guys. All right, we should be good to go. So, the battle begins with this rock here, flying high above you all and dive bombing down, unable. We'll say the rock is starting about 50 feet above you all. And I will grab you guys. And throw you and Iskra into initiative.
Let's go ahead.
Thank you, Pockets.
Do we have any inspiration left, or has that all been used up?
Oh, we do. We have that brought us up to 9.
Oh, okay. Okay, so can I use? Are you guys cool if I use a DM inspiration to steal?
It'd have to be after the first turn. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been a minute since we have done this, so
So I'm pretty sure that's
gaming
how
wants to-
Crash does it. Is you're not
Okay.
able to use it for dealing the first initiative, but you could use it to either, I guess, roll your initiative with advantage, or after the first turn, you'd be able to steal from there.
All right.
I think that sounds correct. So, what we will have Iskra do, Iskra steals here, or should I say, just goes, and they fly their wings out wide above them. You hear them charge 2 Paragon actions. They will fly menacingly above the boat, staying at a height of about 50 feet, and they will, almost as if they were a buzzard around the boat, they will take the dodge action with their main action.
How high up is the crow's nest?
We will say that the crow's nest, we will say that it is 30 feet up. At its top, within the little cup.
Got it.
And
So, and that would put Iskra at like 80 feet up, right? Approximately, or are they like 50 feet above the deck?
Yep, they're 50 feet above the deck, so Gaiman's 30, so they're about 20 feet above Gaiman.
Okay.
Look how big this bird is. So it's dodging about. And for now, we will have them dodge. And we will save all of their cool stuff for later. Lotus, you're up.
All right, let's see here. Let's see here. All right. Not too great shape here, so play a bit defensively for now. I'm going to go ahead and move back some. It's like here. And then still don't want to run through all my spell slots too quickly, but I want to boost myself a little bit. So I'll go ahead, spend action, cast first level Armor of Agathis on myself.
Excellent.
So that'll be all for me. Then I will go ahead and pass to Alicia.
All right, Alicia, you are up.
All right. I guess I'll tell our companions to bear down because it's about to be very hectic. And I was also kind of hoping to use this during the field challenge. I don't know how well this is gonna work in combat. But fuck it, I'll try it anyway. I'm gonna use my last 3rd level spell slot, and Alicia forms a bead of light in their hand and tosses it up into the sky 60 feet, and it detonates in front of the big ass rock. So I'm imagine it's it's a bonus action for intelligence check, scatter check, right? Monster research.
It can be any of your action economy. It can be your action, your bonus action, or your reaction.
Okay. I'm gonna use my bonus action for this one. Damn. Alright, well, I'm still gonna do this anyway. I just wanted to be sure. Yeah, so bead of light, throw it up into the air. It's going to detonate right in front of the big ass owl. I imagine because it is so used to the eternal darkness. If a sudden light was to go off in front of its face, it would be very bad. So I cast daylight as a flashbang in front of its eye.
Absolutely. I'm gonna have Iskra make a wisdom save here. So it rolls a 10 and it's just like as its eyes just quickly cannot just adjust to this light as the pupils go too thin, and it just starts flying around in circles, discombobulated, just
Okay, perfect. Hopefully that will buy us a little bit time, because I imagine the boat's still moving forward while this is all happening. But yeah, that I'm just gonna put myself next to. I'm assuming where Gaiman is kind of where the center mast of the ship is, and I'm just gonna put myself right next to that in case something happens.
Absolutely. We'll say that the effect of this is because the creature is so confused, it will not use its Paragon actions for this round. They have been emptied by this effect of this daylight spell.
Okay, then I'll pass it to Akia.
I'm going to use my action to apply a basic poison into my fist, using one of my 2 basic poison vials. Bonus action, I'm gonna do monster scan on the rock. Attempt. I'm not sure if I'm not. It doesn't look like I'm targeting it. It's kind of got a. Nope, I'm having trouble targeting it.
Try and center it on the thing. It looks like it's larger than the actual token. Or sorry, the token's larger than the actual thing to select.
Yeah.
It's allowing me to target everything. Let me just make sure settings are correct.
Yeah, I was able to target it earlier too.
I'm not able to target anything. I probably just need to reload. But I would like to bonus action do that. But I'm going to reload again.
No problem. Do you want me to hit the button for Akia for that check?
Yes, please.
Okay. Oof. Akia, you got a 2.
I was curious, is it a specific skill that it's rolling for this check?
Yes, so because this is a rock, rocks are monstrosities. Monstrosity is a survival.
Okay.
That explains. I was clicking the wrong button. I was hitting select. Well, anyway. And then...
Does a key have any bonuses to survival?
No, it's +0.
Ah, okay.
Alright, I'm gonna have Kuma's just going to come up to the... Just come up in front of the group. And Kuma Q and Kuma are both just gonna dodge. And then I will pass to Gaiman.
Do we think this is like a potion of heroism sort of situation?
Quite possibly. I mean, it's yeah, this might be a big fight. I would not be upset if you used one, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a sense of things.
I mean, it's a creature, so if we do enough damage to it, it's probably going to leave us alone. But we have to be able to do enough damage to it for it to leave us alone. So, I mean, whatever you need to do to go all out.
Unless you want to man the cannons.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think we've got enough skill to do that. And Orpheus, correct me if I'm wrong, but jumping, that would be an action to launch myself from the crow's nest to try and bridge that gulf. That would be an action to do that. Correct?
Yeah. When they were first revamping the 1D&D rules, they changed jumping to an action, but the rules we're using, jumping is just a part of your normal movement. If you don't have a run-up, you can jump half of your strength score. If you do have a 10-foot run-up, you can jump your entire strength score. And then, of course, if we're playing Pathfinder 2e, there are several different jump actions. There's leap. I feel like there's leap, hop, skip, and jump. All those different actions.
Oh, right. I'm affected by this bane. What's the save? And
Okay. I used my used a jump calculator, so I got that figured out. Yeah, we're not doing that right now. We are gonna drink the potion of heroism as a. Now it says action to consume. Would we say it's a bonus action?
I'll say, because it's a potion, and we've been doing bonus action potions, you can use your bonus action to drink this potion.
Okay. Actually, you know what? We're just gonna stay put. We're gonna drink the potion. I'm gonna drink the potion. And then we're gonna sorry I'm taking so long, guys.
No, you're okay. It is a stressful situation.
We're gonna throw some hand axes, I think. Range on a thrown hand axe, it's like what, 2040 or 2060?
That one does not come up very often. Let's look here. Hand axe.
I think it's 2040.
It says 2060. 20 for no disadvantage, 60 for the disadvantage range.
Okay, well, we're not gonna get these back, but we're gonna chuck them at the rock. Hopefully they hit. We're gonna check a couple of hand axes for our attack and extra attack.
All right, let's see it.
I don't seem to be able to target it, but whatever. So we're gonna throw Axel and then Rusty.
An 18 will hit Iskra, the Wings of Winter. The
And then we're
axe
gonna.
does not
Go ahead,
seem
I'm sorry.
to bite in with full purchase that you are used to. A 17 is enough to hit the creature.
Okay. Now, do they like bite into it and they're there and they're stuck, or they like hit it and then bounce off?
They hit it and bounce off as if the creature has very thick and resistant hide.
All right, I'm gonna just delete these from my sheet then.
As they fall down into the sea of moving ice below. All right. Going into round 2, Iskra will steal as they were damaged. All right, Iskra, stopping their dodge. They have a 120-foot flight speed. So they're going to fly like 35 feet over, and they're kind of flapping. And they're going to basically land on top of our friend PBR.
They're just landing. They're not dive bombing.
They're just landing, and their feet hit the basically the edge of the boat, and you guys all feel the boat go "Whoa!" and tilt one way. I'm gonna move our friend Akuma out of the way, and you see the rock begin to gain momentum and start to flap, 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 flap their wings, and with a powerful they basically let out this gust of wind. So she beats her wings, causing a massive gust and flinging hundreds of tiny shards of ice towards y'all. So this is all creatures within 30 feet. If you fail the save, you're going to take total bludgeoning and cold damage. And if you fail, you get knocked prone. And Foundry is not now smart enough that you should be able to, if you just hit the one button and if you have those resistances set up, it should subtract correctly.
Oh.
I say that. Alright, so Iskra does that, and you can hear as Iskra does this, and those of you who failed fall prone, she lets out a owl-like laugh.
What was the DC?
The DC was a 17.
Looks like we all fail except for two.
Good work, Kuma. So after Iskra lets out this gust of wind and these sharp needle-like shards of ice, she will fly up to about half of her speed. Flying back above the boat to a height of 65 feet as she is just kind of stalking and moving about you all. And with that, anyone can steal because she damaged everyone.
I mean, I guess I'll go ahead and grab it then.
Looks
Alright.
like Kumaku was destroyed.
Oh. Alright, well, I'll go ahead and
Give me a
use
second, guys. I'm having to reload.
Sorry. Let's see here. Alright, so since that burned through my Armor of Agathis, temp HP, I will go ahead and spend my bonus action. I'll drink my Potion of Heroism. Spend half my movement, get up from prone. And alright, so I guess Ludus gets up, I'll have her spend the rest of my movement, I'll move down here. And let's see here, let's go ahead and target the rock. I'll go ahead. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spend my final level 3 spell slot. And I'm going to go ahead and chuck a fireball grenade at it.
Right, Iskra, the Wings of Winter, succeeds on their deck save.
Yeah, not too surprising.
As it pulls a barrel roll to avoid most of the fire that singes its feathers.
Alright, here. Alright, that's all for me.
Gaiman, it doesn't look like your bless rolled with your dexterity saving throw.
I rolled a d4.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
The cost for the current state of things.
Alright, that's all for me. I will go ahead and pass to Alicia.
Right, Alicia, as your turn is coming around, Iskra, the Wings of Winter, will use their first Paragon power.
Was that 22 damage? Was that all just regular damage, or was that ice damage, or how did that work?
Some
13
of
bludgeoning, 9 cold.
Yeah, it just dealt 9 damage. It just dealt 22 damage to me. It didn't break it up. I'm resistant to cold.
Okay, good to know, good to know.
it did work for me.
Well, Lotus, Iskra is going to respond by charging up what appears to be a laser beam in their mouth, and they fire a laser beam against you, Lotus, from their height. And here's their laser beam against Lotus. Here's Winter's Wrath. As they roll 32 to hit Lotus. Holy crap. And this is 10
Nope,
points
I
of
lied. I
cold
can't do
damage.
math.
It's okay, it happens to us all. Alright, so Lotus gets smacked for some cold damage, and then Lotus, who do you pass to?
Alicia.
Okay, Alicia.
Oh, I don't think this would have mattered. Earlier, I rolled the charisma set because I had Bane lingering, and you said the DC for that. Wait, DC for that is what? 10 plus their proficiency.
10 plus proficiency.
Yep. Okay, so 14. So I rolled a.
Did you get a 15?
15. Yep. Okay, so I'm no longer Bane.
Mm-hmm. No longer banged.
And I don't think that would have affected my dex save, so that's fine. All right. Ow, from the thing. I'll spend half my movement to get up. I'm going to. It's probably gonna deal quite a bit of damage. I'm gonna use my action for Danica's Lunar Shield. I'm gonna put it on myself. Oh, is that her? That's the big part of it. But yeah, at least he's gonna use the lunar shield on himself.
Right? The lunar shield of Danica Grayscale. She calls it down upon you. She says, Moon Maidens, unite. Protect our friend Alicia. With that, we get a roll on the Lunar Wild Magic table.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Alicia, your next successful attack deals an additional 2d6 radiant damage.
Nice. Okay.
Yes.
Nice. And then bonus action. Probably put I'm just gonna drink a potion as a bonus action. Still good. What's back? Nice. That's better than mine. Alright. I think that's gonna be it. Honestly. I will pass it to Gaiman.
All right.
Hey, Damon, you're up.
Using half my speed to stand up. What's the hide the rock now? Oh, it's back up to 65 feet. Am I reading that right?
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, I don't have my shield equipped. That works. I'm gonna bonus action rage because this thing's a beast. But since I don't have my shield equipped, I'm gonna bring out my bow and I'm gonna fire some arrows at it.
Excellent. Let's see it.
Did my token disappear? I don't have sight anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, Gaiman disappeared. That's weird.
That is, because I definitely didn't hit the delete button. I was not close to it at all. Alright, great.
We'll get Gaiman back in the initiative order.
Alright. Although it will have to do some
Alright, well, that is a big hit. Gaiman's rage. 2d6 plus 5 plus a d4 plus a d6 for the Rimare's arrows.
do I feel like I did full damage with that?
I have to take away maybe one source of damage on your bow, because do you get the ability to apply your rage damage to your bow attacks?
No.
Okay. I just need to take
That's why I was saying deduct the rage damage because it's a ranged attack.
So that
But
should
I
only-
don't want. I'm not about to stand here and get walled with with stuff I can resist if I'm raging.
Sure.
I don't know if it's applying your raise. It's 2d6 plus your strength, and what, d4 because you're enlarged?
Yes.
And D6 from the arrows.
And then d6
Yeah.
from the arrow. Is the enlarged for melee or ranged weapons or any
That's a
weapon?
good point.
It looks like the d4 would be the only thing maybe that gets subtracted.
Your weapons also grow to match your new size. While these weapons are enlarged, your attacks with them deal 1d4 extra damage.
All right, perfect.
So never mind, it's good.
All right, big shot on the rock. It screams in pain as this giant, oversized arrow, tipped with Rimeraz's scales, pierces into its rock flesh.
All right. Extra attack. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 will miss Iskra, the Wings of Winter.
I'll succeed at a cost.
All right, that will hit. So let's roll your succeeded cost in initiative. Oh,
And let me roll you some fresh damage. Okay.
You rolled me one more oversized arrow attack. Sorry, so that it rolled it as a crit.
I'll roll one that hopefully isn't a crit this time.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool.
There we go.
If you've got it set to automatically use your
I'm about to go in and fix the quantity.
Okay.
Iskra screams out in pain as its body has gotten peppered with these arrows.
All right. Well, I'm staying put, so that's action bonus. I'll pass to Akia.
All right, Akia, as you are going to go.
Uh-huh.
The creature is going to do a Paragon action. It is going to use its Winter's Eye ability. So let me pop up the saving throw and card for this ability. It is going to do this. Let's see. It's actually going to target. Let's see. Is this out of range? It does. So, it actually will have to target Gaiman with this ability. So, Gaiman, can you give me a wisdom saving throw as the creature's eyes flash with a darkening light.
Okay. You guys cool if I use a inspiration to roll with advantage for this?
Go ahead.
Go for it.
Go for it.
And that is very close to a success, as this is a 18 for the save.
I will use my reaction to boost that.
Okay, Akia using their reaction to boost it. Okay, our friend Gaiman is not afraid.
Oh, I didn't apply the misfortune token. Now, is that just a flat benefit that process overclocking is giving?
It's a straight +4.
Okay, so then we'd be fine. Okay.
And with all of that, now I think Akia, it is your turn.
Stand up.
How dare you?
Man, it's just 5 feet too high for my ultimate attack. No. Well, it is. I don't think with 15 feet of movement I can get on top of anything from here, can I?
You can get on top of this bucket, then jump to this little spool of rope, and then onto this box.
Okay. That gets me a little bit further away from it. I was trying to get within 60 feet.
You could climb up. Yeah, I don't think that you've got anything nearby.
All right. Hopefully I just don't get knocked down again. So I'll have to save that for another turn. Do you guys want to be in a fog cloud so it's harder to target you? Does anyone want to be in a fog cloud? Lotus, do you want to be in a fog cloud? You can
because I need to be able to see to do most of my spells.
Yeah, but you can step in and out of it.
True. All right, go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna use my item interaction, pull out the Staff of Frost, and use my action to cast Fog Cloud.
How much metagaming are we allowed to do?
What do you mean?
By that wing attack that thing just did, can Fog Cloud be dispersed?
It can blow a big gust of wind.
I don't have a lot of better options. I'm a lot of melee. Unless I'm going to start using my lightning bolts, which is probably a good idea at some point, but yeah, I'm just going to put a little fog cloud right on the edge of the boat right here. It's got a 20-foot radius, so I'm just trying to get like right here so that Lotus will be. I don't think I've got like fog cloud actually on my sheet, so I can't really put down a thing, but I just want to put it like right here so that just Lotus will be encapsulated in it.
You can make a template.
Oh, I see.
20 feet.
Now you should be able to do it. You just didn't have it equipped.
Oh, okay. Your fog cloud.
Right, Lotus, you are completely obscured. No one can now see Lotus. Even those of you who have like the true sight going on, I think fog cloud actually blocks that, which is crazy.
Because it's like a wall of water. is what it is. Kuma's just gonna move over here and keep dodging. Maybe growl at it a little bit. You know, owl's natural predator, the polar bear. I think I will move a little bit too. Like, I don't know, there. Okay, so that's, I've got bonus action remaining. So I'm going to give myself some temp HP and then pass to Lotus?
Okay, so here's what we're going to do here. I'm going to activate Lotus, and I'm going to write a note. Lotus will go first next time. And then I will pin that note. And I will go to chat. Alright, and I will take us back to the start page. Alrighty, folks. That was a cool session. We have a direction that we are going next time that we meet. We are trying to escape from this creature that's attacking you guys and make our way back to Bryn Shander, it sounds like, to maybe potentially get rid of these cultists that have paraded way too long through Bryn Shander and brainwashed the populace. Oh yeah, that's a good call.
Don't want to forget over the course of the next one.
Let's pin it. Excellent, everyone. Well, y'all, I hope you guys have a good... This is first weekend in October, right, everybody? Hope you guys have a good one. Tomorrow usually I'm coaching, but tomorrow I'm competing in a CrossFit competition. So it is going to be lots of fun. We'll see what happens. We just hope that we have a good time. Nobody gets hurt. And that's all we can hope for.
Especially the not getting hurt part.
Yep. We're all gonna
Stay safe while exercising.
yes, stay safe and just do our best.
Good luck with
And
the competition.
thank you very much. They sent us an email letting us know that there was going to be taco trucks there, and I was like, oh my gosh, they know my weakness. They're going to put delicious tacos out in front of us while we're all exercising and doing crazy stuff. How dare they?
Just more motivation for afterwards.
I mean, that's a pretty good source of protein without like a ton of carbs, and you know, I feel that's like the best thing they could have like offered up food wise.
Maybe, absolutely. But if they've got those delicious birria tacos that you can dip into the sauce, oh man, I don't know if I can avoid those. Those are delicious. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, good rest of your week, and we will make our way back next week to the lands of Icewind Dale.
Yay.
Thanks for running.
My pleasure, guys. Bye.
And thanks everyone for tuning in. Catch you next time.